Welcome back to the VST channel. Unarguably, those phones here are among the best phones of 2023. This here is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, titanium, very light, and this here is the Galaxy S23 Ultra. And in this video I'm going to show you something that I believe Samsung should improve in the next release of the S series, which is going to be the S24, coming hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But let me show you what I mean. I'm inside the stock photo menu, guys, and I have selected the ultra wide camera. So here we have 0.5, here we have 0.6x, so here a wider angle. But take a look at this, guys. This interface with the cogwheel is just so better for me, because with a swipe of my thumb I can reach almost 25x magnification. If I am to do this here on my Ultra, I can probably just go up to 9 or probably more, like 13, 15 max. Okay, so if I want to go beyond this 30 and more, this is not going to be convenient. So I understand in here we are limited to only 25, which kind of makes sense for the Ultra to just have this rather, I would say, like horizontal menu. But at the end of the day, I just think that they should improve it. I've seen this dial, this cogwheel in many other phones and implementations, and I do believe it's really better. Now something else which I believe it's also very important. Now take a look what happens when I'm to switch lenses. I'm now using 1x going to the ultra wide, okay, 1x ultra wide, and you can just see how smooth this works on the iPhone, all right? And you can just see also how bad it works on the Ultra. And not only is it slow, but I hate this like kind of cropping thing. See here, guys, the image on the iPhone is just so ever smooth. I do also like the fact that I'm getting here the millimeters. And we've seen this also in other implementations, in other phones that I've been using through this year, which is the Oppos and all the Xiaomis and etc. So this here is very useful for you to really know the focal length and to know really what you're using. Because 1x will not really tell you much. So that's another suggestion that I have towards our friends from Samsung. But moreover, I want them to fix the switches of the lenses, because it's just awful. Pay again attention here. The moment I go to 1x, I get this very unnatural crop, right? And you can just see it around the corners, guys. See here, look at the table, all right? It feels very choppy, it doesn't feel right, and I do believe it's the same. So even if I go from 2x, so see, pay attention, guys, on the iPhone I go from 1x to 2x and it's ever so smooth. Here on the Ultra, from 1x I go to 2x, okay, and it's just slow, and we can do this simultaneously, all right, and now simultaneously back to 1x. So this really feels cheap, and it doesn't really feel premium. And you can try to delete your cache and optimize your phone and whatever, it's still gonna be the same. And I really hate it. I would like Samsung to improve this. This probably nags me even more than the whole smoothness of the interface. You know how it goes the moment you go outside from some of the applications, you might experience some stutters, but this here drives me crazy, and I have a feeling that Samsung should improve it. Now let's test from the ultra wide going to the 2x and back. And you can just see how the S23 Ultra just falls behind. I don't think this is acceptable, and I really hope that Samsung can improve it. One of the reasons might be that the moment you go inside your camera, the phone automatically drops the refresh rate to 60 Hz. And there is actually a way for you to test it. So go inside your developer's option and just enable the show refresh rate. Right, and the iPhone is really like one of the smoothest interfaces I've used, but other brands are catching up, like Xiaomi with HyperOS and the Oppos and the Vivos and etc. Now pay attention, guys, I'm using 120, right? The moment I open the camera, boom, it's going to be immediately locked to 60. And I'm not sure if this causes it, right? But I believe that Samsung should really find a way to improve it. Even switching between 2x and 3x is kind of croppy, right? And choppy. And the crop I understand, because it really changes between the main sensor and the 3x optical camera. But going from 1x to 2x is not acceptable, because again, this is only using the main sensor. And you can just see how slow it is, all right? So this is just a crop here. And what to mention, if I am to really use this manually, guys, you can just see the moment I start doing this with the Ultra, it feels really slow. I don't think that actually the phone even can cope with my movements of the finger. And here, guys, you can just see it is crazy smooth. And I do believe that for these phones to really still retain the crown for next year, Samsung should improve this. Now a bit more about the best phones of 2023. There are a lot of very good phones, right, this year. I have to give the honorable mention to the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, Xiaomi 14 Pro, even for being a small, powerful phone, the Oppo Find X6 Pro, which has amazing cameras. You can watch all my videos and comparisons there, but these two phones, they really stand out. And those are some quite expensive phones, right? So what can I tell you guys? If I have to choose one, I'll always go back and choose the S23 Ultra for multiple reasons, right? But I do believe that Samsung should first improve this thing here. And I know a lot of you are going to ask me, like, what are the multiple reasons? Well, besides, of course, having the S Pen, which I rarely use, I can give an example. Yesterday, I was taking a hike with my family. We put a phone on a tripod, guys, and yeah, I can just use this S Pen as a remote shutter. And that's probably the only function that I use. There are so many other functions. I do also love the 3x and the 10x zoom, and it's incredible. About the iPhone, I think it's clear, like, the video on the iPhone is one of the best videos that I've seen. It's just incredible, guys. I really want for Samsung to be able to get there. I think they are very, very close. And something that I love about the Samsung here is, see, this is the stabilization. Now pay attention, guys. Right, stabilization is really crazy, and it's better than on the iPhone, right? And you can feel the camera really always rattling parts here, right, when I shake the phone. But I wanted to also show you, like, what happens with the lens switches when we are inside the video options. So same here. Let's go to 0.6 and 0.5, 1x, right? You can just see here, guys, like how quick the iPhone is able to do this. And now if we are to do this, I think on the video it's even slower, right? So it's still not so good. And I hate this unnatural crop that we have, but I do believe it's just because the way the cameras are positioned. So when you changes the different modes, you kind of get this thing here, which I totally hate. Like, see the angle of the table and the line of the table. This is really crazy. At the end of the day, the iPhone camera in terms of video is giving a better video for my users, although the S23 Ultra is very, very close. So again, if I have to pick one, I probably pick the S23 Ultra because it has Android, it has One UI 6, it's very powerful. And I do shoot my videos for YouTube using iPhones. Even right now, I'm using an iPhone 14 Pro. So video, this phone wins. Photos, I would say it's very, very much on par. And for photos, I'll still pick the S23 Ultra because of the 3x and the tags that I use really a lot. But I wanted to show you there are some very nice and sweet functions that are available on the iPhone. So one thing that I really love, when you go to formats, guys, you want to see there is indeed the option to shoot 24 megapixels, and 24 megapixel is kind of like the sweet spot. So here we have 200, we have 50, and we have 12, right? So it's binned down to 12. Here, of course, you can bin down to 12 as well, but you can also shoot 24. And of course, there is the RAW option. For the RAW option, you can of course use here the 48 megapixel. And the other very useful option for me inside the video settings this time is when you scroll down, there's going to be something called lock white balance. Lock white balance while recording video. And this is actually crazy because if you shoot videos like me in the home studio environment, sun shining, sun is not shining, then white balance can be often a problem. So with that said, guys, I do believe that the iPhone really is a very strong competition, but the versatility of the S23 Ultra camera just wins for me. Although again, there are plenty of nice options here that I would love to see on the S23 Ultra. One thing would be to just get the lens cycle to work faster and quicker. So if I have to pick one again, this is going to be the S23 Ultra. Battery wise, very nice. Performance wise, very nice. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is also a very nice phone, and right now I would say like top fluidity. The only one thing stopping me to use full-time an iPhone is of course the iOS, which is kind of limiting me of the things that I can do. And I'm really used to Android in the last years whatsoever. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been two best phones from 2023 that I've decided to keep also for the 2024, and probably one of the best phones for 2023. And certainly the crown will go here, although I would say, but not so much. Like, it's just gonna win, but it's not by much. So the S23 Ultra is just going to win because of the versatility and because of the fact that you can do plenty of things, right? So if you use the iPhone, of course, you will not be disappointed. It's a very strong phone and also very light. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. See you next year.